Testing, testing. Hold on a second. Do we have audio? Are we hearing me? I hear me, I think. What's going on? All right, let's see what's going on here. Am I live? What's up? Oh. Testing. Okay, looks like we're live. Am I live over here? Can you see me? Hear me? Feel me? Let's try it on this one. Well, wait, that should be... We should be videoing, shouldn't we? Why aren't we videoing? Why isn't the video playing? What? What? Okay. Wow. I think maybe we got it now. Hold on. Hang in there. So, let's see. Are we on video yet? Do we have video? Hey! I have video. Yay! Oh, boy. Let's see if I got video for you. You got video? Let's see. I think maybe we got it now. Hold on. All right. Hang in there. Okay. We will start in a moment. Just let me make sure that we are indeed rolling and that you can see me. There we go. All right. I'm getting out of that. All right. Hello. Welcome. Before I start the slideshow, let's just make sure. Yeah, I see that. Let's see if... Okay, I've got an error in my chat. All right, so I can't see what you're typing right now, but, well, we'll give it one more try. Let's see. Okay, and... No, an error is okay. So I can't see what you're typing. I apologize for that. I am going to, however, go ahead with the show, the presentation, and I wonder how I can get you to. Let's see. Maybe they'll come back. All right. I don't know why chat's not working, but it looks like there's a couple of you out there. Hold on. Let me check how many people watching this stream. My dashboard there. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm going to assume that you can see me and hear me. Oh, wow. I don't know what's up with this chat thing, though. It looks like everything is working, and I can't even say, hey, can you hear me, because I can't see any chat. The whole chat thing blew away. Oh, there, it's back! Oh, look at that. Yay! All right. Y'all ready to rock? Type into the box if you can hear me or see me, or you're ready to rock and roll. I see there's at least 4 of you in here. So, all right, well, let's see if the video is still going. How's that? Is that still happening? We still have vid? Yeah, there we go. Type into the box if you can hear me or see me. All right. You could be mute. You could be a mutant. Okay, that works. All right, well, I'm going to assume that you are out there and listening and ready to go. And I'm going to start the show. All right, ready? We're going to go into the slideshow mode, which I won't be able to see stuff you type while we're in slideshow mode. So I will stop periodically to check the chat roll notes. And beyond that, we're ready. Here we go. We're going to get this out of here. And we're going to go to this. And you want my picture in the upper right. Can you see me? Yes, there I am. All right, let's start the slides. Here we go. Okay. Yes. Here we go. All right. Welcome to Working Smarter for Mac Users, a 1-hour workshop. My name is Bob, Dr. Mac LeVitus. I am the author of 80 some odd books. But in my new life, in my post-writing a lot of books every year life, I have decided to dedicate myself to showing Mac users here, of all skill levels, how they can do more work in less time so they have more time for things they love. All right, that's it. in a nutshell, here's my promise to you. In this 1-hour workshop, I'm going to show you three simple working smarter techniques. These are going to save you at least 15 minutes a day, maybe more, every day for the rest of your life. And I'll tell you about how to get to that hour or more a day later. Okay, ready? Here we go. For the rest of your life, every day, 15 minutes. You're going to learn in the next 45 minutes. I'm going to show you 3 tricks that are going to save you at least 15 minutes every day for the rest of your life. And all absolutely free, by the way. Working Smarter for Mac users, by the way, is unlike anything I've ever done before. It is not like any of my For Dummies books. It is not like any of the other books, like, what do you got? It's not like Stupid Mac Tricks. It's not like anything I've ever done. It's a very different kind of book for me. It's a book about being uber productive, how to be a raging, well, just trust me when I say I guarantee I can help you finish almost anything you do on your Mac better, faster, or more elegantly than you are than today. And I can also save you countless wasted hours. So the answer is, of course it is. I designed this, and remember, I write For Dummies books, so I know how to write clearly and concisely. And Working Smarter was designed for Mac users at any skill level. There's no jargon. There's nothing complicated about it. It's all very simple stuff. But there are a lot of things you can do to be more efficient, manage your time and activities better, and procrastinate less. And trust me, I 25 years ago found out I have something called ADHD, or Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. In other words, it's very difficult for me to sit in a chair and focus on something like writing a book. Nevertheless, I've written over 80 of them. How did I do that? Working smarter. All right, so if you make your living sitting in front of a Mac, I guarantee 100% you're going to benefit from working smarter, and you're going to learn to do a lot more work in a lot less time, so you have more time to do things you love. All right, now, Working Smarter is a program, let's say, that has 3 components. And the 3 components are, first, improve your efficiency. This is the low-hanging fruit. This is stuff that's just easy to do faster than you're doing it. The second part is managing your activities. Some people call that time management. I think that's a misnomer. You can't manage time. It ticks away at 1,440 minutes a day, every day. So you manage your activities within time. And then finally, the third part is banishing procrastination, figuring out what it takes to not fall down the rabbit hole and lose a bunch of time. Okay? Now, oh wait, hang on a second. Bob is live. Okay, there you go. I'm sorry. If you're looking at old video, you should probably, I wonder if they can even hear me. No, they can't. Well, I hope they see it on there. Hello, Roger. Hello, Ben. And hello, everybody else out there. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to put a note next week for next week's webinar that says, click the play button to see if I'm here. Or something. All right, anyway, the result is if you tackle all 3 of these things and you manage to improve yourself in all 3 of these areas, you're going to become a raging thunder lizard of productivity. You're going to be able to work fewer hours, and you're going to do more work in fewer hours than you ever did before. Now, I have to say, before I started learning about working smarter and before I found out I had ADHD, I never missed a deadline. But I struggled. I worked until 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning pretty much all the time. And in the 90s, I was working probably 16-hour days, and I thought I was doing great. You know, I was never getting ahead, but I wasn't missing deadlines, and I was working steady. A lot of hours, though. And then about 20 years ago, somebody handed me a book called Driven to Distraction by Edward M. Hallowell and John Ratey. And they're doctors who studied attention deficit disorder. My friend gave it to me. He said, you probably have this. You should read it. I read it, And I do. And I found a doctor. He not only confirmed it, he said, oh my goodness, you could be the poster child for adult ADHD. So I set out about 20 years ago to learn how to be productive and not spend 18 hours a day sitting in front of my Mac. And as it turned out, I would spend 18 hours a day, and I would get about 5 or 6 hours of work done if I was lucky. So the thing is, I learned all of these things by reading about productivity and attention deficit disorder and focus and staying in the zone. And there's a lot to it, but it turned out for me, there were a lot of things I could do that involved sitting in front of my Mac. A lot of things I could use the Mac to help me with, and a lot of things that, because I was in front of a computer, I could also be doing while I was trying to focus. We'll talk about some of this stuff in a minute, but I want to ask you this. What's your biggest frustration? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out of here and talk to you face to face. So what's your biggest frustration? Type into the chat box. I'm going to make this big so that we still see that. And I'll make myself big for a second. All right, ready? Here I come. Boom. I'm back. All right. So biggest frustration. Type into the chat boxes. All right. And what do we got here? All right, well, I'm going to, and you know what happens when you make assumptions, but I am going to make the assumption that y'all don't have any frustrations, and I'm just going to move right along. So we'll go back into our slideshow here with the next slide, which is, even if you don't have any frustrations, to type into the chat box for me right now. I don't want you to leave early, because if you leave early, you're going to miss out on the best deal ever. All right, so here's the thing. The workshop will be available for replay, but the replay won't have the special offer. So you guys are like first in line to get the special offer that's never been offered before. All right, now on to working smarter. Technique number 1. Ready? Some of you may already know this. I mean, if you've read the book, if you've seen me do any of these, snippets are my thing. They are awesome. They're faster, easier, and more accurate. Faster, easier, and more accurate than typing. And using snippets will save you time and effort every time you use one, and you'll use them many times a day. And furthermore, they prevent embarrassing typos, or at least help prevent. Okay? So, snippets work on part 1, improving your efficiency. This is something that when you're sitting in front of your Mac, if you're using snippets, you're being more productive than if you're not using snippets. And I'll show you how it works and how you make them and stuff like that. All right? So, to make one, and then I'll demonstrate after. We'll quit out of the slideshow and I'll show you a live demo. All right, ready? So the first thing you do is System Preferences, and click on the keyboard icon. When you're in the keyboard system preference pane, and then you want to click the text tab up at the top. See it in blue? I wonder if I can wave at it. Now, do you see me waving? I can't tell. All right. Well, anyway, right there, the text tab. Oh, wait. Here, I've got a red arrow. Got a red arrow there. Text tab, and then click the plus. All right? And that will open up a new field or a new entry for your snippet. And on the left, you see our abbreviations or snippet shortcuts. And on the right are the things that get spelled when the snippet is expanded. Okay? Now, when you type the snippet, ready? So that's the shortcut. BW, Bob at WorkingSmarterForMacUsers.com. So I type BW, and as soon as I type any punctuation mark or a space, it expands. BW turns into bob@workingsmarterformacusers.com instantly in 1 second. All right? So now, here's how that works. Ready? Here's the demo. I type the snippet. And then, when I press space, it expands instantly into bob@workingsmarterformacusers.com. So I typed 3 characters, or did I type 2? 2 characters. And my computer typed like 33 characters for me, and it typed them faster than I can type. So here's the thing. This is built right into Mac OS, and you should put all your email addresses, your phone numbers, things like that that you type a lot of times a day, especially things like phone numbers and addresses where they're finger twisters and you could easily mistype them. If you create I know. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the picture-in-picture back on like that. You want to see these slides? Let's go back again. All right, I'm going to go back so you can see the demo from the start. We're going to just real quickly go through these again. I'm sorry. Now, there we go. You should see me in the corner now. All right, here we go. Launch System Preferences. In the keyboard preference pane, click the Text tab, and then click the plus button. And that'll open up 2 fields for you to write in. You can write your shortcut, BW in this case, in the left-hand field. And then on the right, you can type the expansion, what's going to be typed when you type your shortcut, and then type either a space or any punctuation mark. So now here's what happens when you type the snippet and press the space bar or type punctuation. There's the snippet. As soon as I press space, it expands into bob@workingsmarterformacusers.com. So I type 2 characters, and the computer or the system, operating system, types 38 characters or however many characters are in that. So here's the thing. You can do this with just Mac OS X. I think it started in Sierra, or maybe it even started in Mavericks or some. It's been around for a while in Mac OS X. The thing is, it's not very flexible. You just have those 2 little fields to work with. I use a program called Text Expander, and it's everything I just showed you and a lot more, and a lot more useful. It allows you to insert tokens for things like today's date and today's time. Awesome stuff. Anyway, it also keeps track of how much time it saves you. And so in the last 4 months, Text Expander has saved me 12 hours, 12.08 hours. Over 12 hours in 3 or 4 months, 4 months I think this is. So 12, my math's terrible, but if my time were worth $150 an hour, I think Text Expander saved me $1,800 worth of time. I'm not sure. My math skills suck, but it's still 12 hours. That's 3 hours a month for 4 months, and that 3 hours is almost a half a workday. So, you know, just implementing something as simple as using snippets for things that you type regularly will make it magically you'll have more time in your day. You know, the more you use it, the more time you'll save. So let me ask you a question. Which way do you want to do it? Huh? Snippets or no snippets? I mean, if you're not already using snippets, are you going to continue to not using snippets? Or are you going to do it the easy way? Let me know in chat. MacStock. I just said MacStock because Roger asked. Yeah, I've got your chat over here. I've muted. Actually, I should. If I turn the volume up, then I hear my voice come through. I got to figure out a way that I can only hear the chat box beep. I don't think there's a way. Anyway, I'm good. I am. Okay. You guys good? I said MacStock, so now I'm looking to see if You guys are going to answer this question. The question is, you want to do it the easy way or the hard way? Are you going to be using snippets going forward or not? I'm going to duck out of this for a second. Ah, so I see what you're seeing now. Okay. And let me look on here. Where is that? There we go. I wonder how far behind the video is. Hang on one second. I'm going to duck out of this. Okay. Ah, so I see what you're seeing now. Okay. That's quiet. Oops. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, so one more time I'm going to ask you guys, let's go back onto the slide so you can see what I'm asking. And that is, which way do you want to do it? All right? Anybody? Hi, guests. Snippets. Snippets. Guest 7796 is snippetizing. And that is a good thing. You will save a bunch of time, even if you just use what's built into Mac OS. When you're convinced of how great snippets can be, I think what you should do is investigate Text Expander, because there's a free trial and it's really awesome. A few bucks a month, I think. All right. I hope Ben and Roger and Root Boy and all the rest of you are also going to start using snippets. But hey, we got to get moving because I promised to get you out of here in an hour. All right. Next, number 2, technique number 2. A goal without a plan is just a wish. I love that. That really says something to me. And the reason it does is I used to not have a plan. I used to just have a to-do list. And I spent probably as much time looking at the to-do list and deciding what I was going to do next as I actually spent working. And pretty soon it got to be, I don't know, 13 pages long, and really not much was getting done. All right. Oh. Hello, everyone. Wow. I am seeing these things roll by on the chat log. Hang on a second. Let me do a couple more slides and then I'll stop and talk to you some more. All right. So, how about you? Have you ever spent more time trying to figure out what to do next than actually doing work? What I've learned is that having a plan, a solid plan, not just I'm going to work on my book tomorrow, a plan that actually defines what's important and how much time it's going to take and what time you're going to do it tomorrow. That will help immensely, immeasurably. The first thing is you got to identify what's important. I created a thing that you're going to see in a minute, but I use a form and I made spaces for 3 most important tasks. That does.
24. Good afternoon.
Huh. That was Minnie Mouse talking. I silenced my iPad, my other computer, my phone, but I didn't silence my watch. I'm gonna remedy that now. Okay, shh. Thank you. It was kind of cute though. Minnie Mouse. All right, so first you identify the important tasks. On my little form that I use every day to write my, I made space for 3. That doesn't mean that you need 3 every day or that you should have 3 or that you will have 3. It just, for me, most days I want to isolate the 3 things that are the most important that I finish, because I usually like to finish them before I go on to something else. Otherwise, being ADD, I bounce from thing to thing and nothing gets done. I get a little done on everything, but I never move the projects forward in big chunks. And so a plan helps me do that. So I fill out a plan every day. It's on a form that I'm going to show you the URL at the end of this workshop, and you can download it yourself for free. But here's the thing. You assign time to each task, a block of time. In my case, I'm using 25 minutes. I do 2 things per hour. A lot of times I will just put something down for an hour and do it for 25 minutes, rest a little, and then do it for 25 more minutes. We talk about 25 minutes in a second. That's in tip number 3. But wait, you finish more work in less time when you have a plan, and this is what my planning worksheet looks like. It's got four sections. It's got the left-hand column, which is where all the work goes. You just list all the things that need to be done, and you block out the time for them. So as you can see, at 1 p.m. that day, my rants and rave column, number 224, was due. And so I allocated from 1 to 3 o'clock, and maybe even till 4 o'clock to do that. If I finished it, I had other things at the bottom I could do that didn't need to be done yesterday or today. And then there's my most important tasks up in the upper right corner. That's the 3 things that really needed to be done that day. The goals. I'm not even sure goals are useful, but I like to keep keep the end in sight. So I like to have a goal, and that course for sale soon turned into course for sale by February 15th, about 3 months before, and I made that deadline, so a goal might have helped me there. I also have a section for random notes, which is where I write down little stuff that I want to do that's not stuff I'm going to do today. Maybe tomorrow, maybe another day. I also keep a to-do list, but the plan is what keeps me on track all day while I'm working. So, a plan helps you manage activities. Like I said, you can't manage time, but you can manage your activities, and if you plan your time, if you plan to use your time properly, you will be much more productive. Time management, by the way, as I said, is a misnomer. Time's constant. You can't manage it. What you manage is how you use it. Here's proof. It's no coincidence that the day after I read this book, I started working on my next book. I'll finish my book because of Bob's book, Guy Kawasaki. And I'm covering the date, I think, but the date on that was February 14th of last year. That was my Valentine from Guy Kawasaki. He really likes the whole Working Smarter deal. So here's the thing. You can download this free productivity planning worksheet, but I don't want you to leave, so I'm not going to show it to you till the last slide. When we get done with this workshop, I will put it up. That's more incentive for you to stay till the very end, okay? So now, I'm going to duck back out of this and see if anybody wants to type into the box. Will you be making a plan? I'm really interested. Type yes or no into the chat box. I'm curious how many of you are going to actually make a plan. Roger, I was wearing a different shirt in the replay, I think. All right. Printable CEO website. I'm making a note to go check that out because I designed this myself and I'm no art director. So, Printable CEO, huh? Got it. So, I just made a note of that. All right. So, use the plan sheet. Started off with 3 half-hour blocks. Awesome. 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 So at the end of this, I'll give you the URL, and you can download mine until you find one that you like better. I like mine. I actually had other ones that people, other productivity gurus had made, and I had downloaded as PDFs. And I even used to use a book, a hardcover book that had similar markings. But I'm cheap, and printing these really works for me, and they have just what I need and nothing I don't. And I suggest in the course and in my book that you might want to just make your own like I did. Figure out what you want on it, what increments you want the time broken into, and stuff like that. All right, so moving right along, let's go back to the slideshow, and we'll do tip number 3, or Working Smarter technique number 3. Here are some quotes for you. The hardest part of writing is keeping your ass in the chair. Wallace Stegner. The secret to writing a screenplay is keeping your ass in the chair. Oliver Stone. The secret to getting stuff done is keeping your ass in the chair. Me. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a technique that's been around since the 80s or 70s even, for getting tasks done and maintaining focus. It's called the Pomodoro technique, and it's named for a tomato-shaped timer that the guy used. The basic thing is you work in 25-minute chunks. You work for 25 minutes on a single project, then you take a short break. And there's more to it than that, but in a nutshell, that's how it works. So I use a free app called ZoneBox, and I really like ZoneBox. It keeps track of my 25-minute sessions. You can see over there I've got a bunch of stuff lined up in 25-minute increments. All right, I'm halfway through webinar 2.0 at 13 minutes. That's half of 25. Well, it's not exactly half, but around half. Now, what's really cool is, okay, three things. Number one, there's purple progress bars both at the bottom of the window and in my menu bar. Ready? I'll point them out there. See them? All right. So they are telling me, and that's really cool, that I am approximately half done, or 13 out of 25 minutes, with this particular Pomodoro session. Now, the second thing that's nice is I can also see the time remaining in the menu bar or the window. So I don't have to move anything. If I'm working in a full screen mode, the menu bar tells me everything I need. So it's just awesome. You really, if you're going to do Pomodoro, it's free in the Mac App Store. It was $4.99, I think, when I got it. But it's really great because you can do two things at once. You can make a plan per se, and also use the timer, so you don't have to set a timer and remember to set it when you start. And there's more to it. There's rules, but I'm not going to go into that. If you're interested, there's a lot has been written about the Pomodoro technique, but I'm just going to tell you this much. If you use Pomodoros, you will get more done and you will waste less time. And I find Pomodoro sessions really are good to help you avoid procrastination. You don't dive down the rabbit hole when you're in the middle of a 25-minute sprint to get something really done really fast, really well, right? So now, you got Pomodoros, 25 minutes, and you got the planning, the writing stuff down and accounting for your time. And the truth is, Pomodoros together with time blocking or planning are a game changer. Look, this is what one of my students said about the whole thing. I mean, it's just, this worked for him. And he said, he has a new lease on life, he's more productive and effective, and he's fallen in love with his Mac again, and he thought there was a wealth of material for all skill levels, blah, blah, blah. But let me say, that's exactly why I made this course. That's why that is exactly what I hoped someone would say, and he's not the only one to say nice things about it. I haven't had a student complain yet. Everybody loves the course that's taken it. And the question I have for you is, are you ready to be a raging thunder lizard of productivity? Yeah, I might. I could get a calendar maybe, Roger, and hang that behind me with days crossed off so you know what day it is. I'll figure something out here. I could actually put something on screen, but that's just one more thing to distract me and you. All right, so who's ready to be a raging thunder lizard of productivity? When you see this slide, I want you to type in the box, who's ready? Are you ready to be uber productive? And then I have one more question for you, and that is, why are you here today? So here's a bunch of stuff that I want to type in the chat box and hear your feedback on. The first question I have is, are you as efficient as you'd like to be on your Mac when you use your Mac? Number two, would you like to spend less time working and more time doing something else? That's a pretty obvious question. I don't think anybody ever said, no, I want to work more and do stuff I like less. All right, finally, are you ready to banish procrastination? The big question, and I'm going to ask this again. Are you ready to be a raging thunder lizard of productivity? Don't you want to be? I am so happy that I'm a raging thunder lizard of productivity because basically I leave the office before dinner time almost every day. And I don't leave it with a pile of undone work that I have to get up early tomorrow to try to catch up with. So here's the thing. We've been at this for a while. Looks like some of you are ready. Yeah. All right, so here's the thing. You're probably wondering, what could I do to be a raging thunder lizard of productivity? How can I get those kind of results? And here's the answer. You have two options. There's the old slow way and there's the new fast way, okay? And the old slow way is to do what there's a definition of insanity. Some attribute it to Einstein. I don't know if that's true. But they say that it's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So the slow old way is kind of like the definition of it. Yeah, Thunder Lizard t-shirts. Absolutely. I'm on it, Thunder Lizard t-shirts. All right, see, here you go. The old way, bad, inefficient, slow. Or you can do it the fast way by working smarter. And I introduce you to the fast way. It's called Working Smarter for Mac users. It's an ebook. It's a course. It's everything. It's a website. It's my new business. I am a solopreneur and I am the proprietor of this business. And in both the course and the ebook, I show you how to do more work in less time so you have more time for things you love. All right? Now, who is it for? Oh, I'm sorry, I introduced the fast way twice. Who's it for? All right. Really, just about any Mac user at any skill level should understand and benefit from almost everything in every lesson of the Working Smarter course. The new Working Smarter course, which is 10 hours of instruction, covers all 3 parts of Working Smarter. If you took the original course, which was only part 1, you're going to get an email in the next few days with a very special price. So don't. If you're a student, if you were a student in part 1, which was called Improve Your Efficiency, it's now called the Short Efficiency course. But if you were a student in that, don't take advantage of the great offer I'm going to make at the end, because as a student you'll get a better offer in a few days. All right, everybody else is going to get the best offer ever at the end of this workshop. So let me show you just how I can help. So Working Smarter for Mac users has almost 70 lessons. I said 57, but that was before I recounted. I think it's closer to 70. All right, somewhere between 57 and 70. And every lesson is under 10 minutes. All but 1 or 2 lessons are under 10 minutes. Most of them are under 5 minutes. And the whole course is broken into 3 parts. There you go. I guess it is 57. All right. 57 then. It's about 10 hours in all. And here's the thing. A lot of times you go take a course and, it's like slides with the guy's voice under it. No, these are all demonstrations. Whenever necessary, you see what I'm talking about on the screen. I produced, edited, and wrote every lesson. And it includes every trick I know. Every trick I know for being effective and productive and maximizing your use of time. The lessons are optimized for both desktop and mobile and tablet. They look good anywhere you want to watch them. You can watch them on any web browser and really any computer or smartphone. And I hang around to answer questions. Each lesson has its own bulletin board, and if you have a question, I get an email that tells me it's there, and I usually answer them within a few hours, sometimes 24 hours. But when I can, if I see that someone has a question, I answer it as quickly as I can, because I want you to succeed. I want you to become a raging thunder lizard. All right, there's a discussion board for each question, each lesson, and I'm the guy that comes and answers it, not one of my minions. You know why? I don't have any minions. I am a solopreneur, and I like it that way. I subcontract out the stuff I don't want to do, and I'm the only one here. So if you have a question, you're going to get me. All right? Now, How much does all this cost? I know you're wondering. Okay, so here's the thing. The course ordinarily would cost $4.99 or 2 payments of $2.49 each, which is kind of cool because it's $1 less and no interest. All right. Either way, that's what the retail price is. Workshop attendees are going to get 40% off, just $2.99. Or 2 payments of $1.49, same deal. No interest. You get $1 off by paying in 2 payments. All right? But don't delay. This one-time offer expires at midnight on Sunday, Sunday, next Sunday. This Sunday. And here's the thing. If you spend too much time chasing rabbits down rabbit holes, if you procrastinate when you know you should be working, these are some examples of that. Some things that might suck you down the hole, right? I absolutely positively guarantee you're going to learn to do more work in less time every day of your life. I guarantee it. You will do more work in less time. I stand behind my work 100%. And just imagine finishing all your work before the sun goes down every day. Finishing before dinner time. Everything you set out to do, done. You go away, you walk out of the office with a clean conscience. I know how happy that makes me. So you've got nothing to lose and ever so much to gain. Here's what happens is when you enroll. All right, first, you're going to get a welcome email from me almost immediately with login instructions, and you can dive right in. Start with the introduction and prelude. They're a little longer and they're not very instructive, but they set the stage for everything to come. You don't have to watch them, but I suggest you do. Or you could dive right into the first lesson if you're dying to become more productive right this second. The whole course is available to you all at once. I don't do that fake dripping thing where you can't see lesson 5 if you haven't watched lessons 1 through 4 yet. You can binge watch however you like. Jump from one to the other. Do part 3 first and then go back and do parts 2 and 1. Whatever you want. You could watch 1 lesson a day for 57 days or 57 lessons in 1 day. Do whatever suits you. But I recommend you finish as soon as you can, because the sooner you do, the sooner you will begin putting the full array of working smarter techniques to work. All right? You'll also receive a weekly reminder for as long as you have unwatched lessons. And what else? Well, you'll be on my newsletter list. You'll get news and hints, tips, and techniques on an ongoing basis. Ben, that's a good question. I did not think to prepare a deal on the ebook, but email me and I will send you a deal on the ebook. All right? All right. So, if you were not a student, how do the videos compare to the ebook? They follow the ebook almost exactly. The idea here is a lot of people didn't want to read a book. They wanted, and when I started, let's put it this way: my little mini course was way more popular than the book has been, and it's only a third. So only a third. The course was only a third of the book, but way more people wanted to take that than wanted to buy a book or look at a book, and it was more expensive. So if you've read the book, I don't know that you need to take the course unless you like to watch video, because the material is almost exactly the same. What I cover is almost exactly the same. However, a lot of people want that interactive experience, want to hear me talking about it and holding it up and shaking it, and also the ability to, at any point, ask questions before they move forward. You know, with the book, you could do it. You could send me an email, and I'd probably get back to you pretty quick. But when you post in my discussion boards, I'm on it right away, because this is what I do. This is my new business. So this is where I go to work every day. So save 40%, enroll today, 40% off. Remember, it expires Sunday at midnight. Questions. There we go. Anybody have questions? Oh, thank you for saying the reminders are helpful, Roger. It's nice because I don't have to do anything. Once you sign up for it, as long as you have unwatched lessons, it's automated. Automation is a good thing. Automation's a really good thing. All right. So, let me go through the last couple slides and get you out of here within an hour. You got nothing to lose and countless hours to gain. If you're still on the fence, I have a slide for you. It's a little off-center there. Okay. Here's the thing. This offer expires Sunday. Start working smarter today. Let me turn you into that raging thunder lizard of productivity you always wanted to be. And there is one last thing. I promised the URL so you can download Superplan worksheets. All right, I'm going to leave that up on the screen. And now, if you have any questions, type them into the chat box there. And I have one more thing after this slide that I'm kind of saving for once I've answered any questions. All right. All right. Chat, chat, chat. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. All right, so if nobody has any questions, I got one more thing for you. Here it comes. Are you ready? All right. I want to turn up the volume so you hear the music with this. Ready? Here we go. And the... Thank you all for attending, and that is the end, at least for now. All right, I'm going to stick around for a couple more minutes and answer questions if you have them on the chat thing. So here, I'll be around. You don't have to leave yet if you don't want to. Just let me do a couple. There we go. Yeah. All right. Ben, what happened to Quickies? It died. Try keyboard Maestro. It's like Quickies, only alive. All right. Well, that was fun. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop the show here, but I'm still listening to your type chat. All right?